Hi, this is how we graph inequalities with two variables, so it will have an x and a y variable. What is really important for you to remember is to first graph the equals line. That simply means, people, we are going to draw a straight line graph. That's what it means, okay? And then thereafter, you go and you shade the unwanted region. So if you look at this example, draw a Cartesian plane and shade the unwanted region where y is less than 2x minus 4. So in step 1, okay, we first going to draw y equals 2x minus 4. People, this is y equals mx plus c, so this is simply a straight line graph. So step 1 we have already learned. Now for linear in programming, we like to use the x and y intercept method. And what that means is we find two coordinates, okay, once where y equals 0, because that is where it cuts the x-axis, and then the second is where x equals 0, because that is where it crosses the y-axis. So just remember, people, you use your equation, you make y 0. So look there, we've got y equals 2x minus 4. Now substitute 0 in the place of y. Then you do Koros OO, and then you find that the x value is 2. So at the point where x is 2, y is 0. Okay, that's one coordinate. So if you look at this Cartesian plane, at the point where x is 2, y is 0, you simply plot that point, okay, at x being 2. Then for the second one, you choose x being 0. So now again, write down your equation, and then instead of x, you put a 0. Then calculate your y value. The y value is negative 4. So what that tells me is that where x is 0, y is negative 4, which means I've got a coordinate. I can just simply go and I can now plot the point, okay, where x is 0 and y is negative 4, plot the point. Okay, now I've got two coordinates, I can join them in a straight line. But importantly, remember, because this is less than, there is no equal, you have to join that in a dotted line. So that's step 1, drawing the graph. Find two coordinates, once where y is 0 and once where x is 0. Okay, when you are done with that, you must now shade the unwanted region. And now remember, they're asking you y is less than 2x minus 4. Remember, this line is where y is equal to 2x minus 4. Less than means underneath, okay? You always, less than is always under, all right? This is on top, this is under, okay? Use your y-axis for on top and for under. So the wanted region is under because it must be less than, meaning your unwanted region, the one that you must shade, is on the opposite side. Okay, I repeat, this inequality says y must be less than 2x minus 4. Okay, so y must be less than 2x minus 4, which is this side. All right, and because we don't shade the wanted region, we shade the unwanted region, you must shade it on the other side. Lastly, if you are unsure about it, you can actually test whether your shading is correct, okay? And you can take any point in the unwanted or the wanted region, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to take 0, 0, which is always an easy point. It is in the unwanted region, isn't it? Make sure, people, there is a printing error in the textbook, okay? It must be the unwanted region. You then take your inequality, you substitute your x value for 0, your y value for 0, you calculate your left-hand side, which is 0, you calculate your right-hand side, which is negative 4. And if you read this, it says 0 is less than negative 4, which is false. Okay, and because it is false, that's why it is the unwanted region. Okay, very important. The false goes along with the unwanted region. If you would have taken a point in the wanted region, for instance, you could have taken 3, negative 3, okay, then your inequality would have been true, and the true is in the wanted region. So this is just to check yourself. I repeat, how do we do that? In step 1, we're first going to work out two coordinates, once where y is 0 and once where x is 0. We're then going to actually plot it on the Cartesian plane. Okay, plot your 2 points, then join them in a line. Remember, you must be careful. If it is less than or greater than, it's a dotted line. If there was an equal, it would have been a solid line. Okay, and then ensure that you shade the unwanted region. So go to your inequality. It must be less than is down. So this is the wanted region, meaning you must shade the upper part, which is the unwanted region.